What is up, Hawk Hill? My name is Annie Potter, and today I am here with
Caroline Brickley.
And welcome to the first edition of Bleacher Bios, which is where we are going to go around and ask student athletes a little bit more about what goes on behind the jersey and also behind the classroom. So welcome, you are our first guest. So how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. What year are you? Introduce yourself, major, etc.
I am a junior risk management and insurance major with a minor in Spanish.
So obviously you are on our field hockey team, which has been wildly successful so far this season. So besides playing here on Hawk Hill, where would you say is your favorite place to play?
Well, we just came back from a trip to Duke, North Carolina, so I would definitely say Duke. They have some really cool blue turfs.
What was that feeling, kind of beating Duke for the first time in so long? Kind of walk me through that experience. Any game day prep you guys went through, was anything different, or were you just kind of entering it like it was any other game?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. We had a really intense scout session and then really tried to replicate that on the field beforehand in our pregame practice. And then the feeling of beating them, it's like no other. Like, you just sprint as fast as you can. It's probably my fastest sprint of the day to our goalie when she saved that last shootout, and it's just unreal, and like feelings that I can't take for granted.
Who is your role model, and I guess you're also sports icon? Who is someone that you look up to?
I would definitely say Alex Morgan, especially being a soccer girl when I was younger. I definitely looked up to her and just her hard work and dedication to not just making herself better, but the people around her. I think she really strived to pick up her team, and that's really something that I try to embody with my
Absolutely.
team.
Alex Morgan is a really great pick. So what motivated you to kind of start playing field hockey? I know you said you played soccer when you were younger, so like what was that kind of transition like?
So my sister, who's a year older than me, she started playing field hockey, and I have to be like my older sister, so I started playing field hockey and it just kind of clicked and took off.
So you're a junior, you mentioned. What has been your favorite moment here at St. Joe's playing field hockey?
I would definitely say winning A10 sophomore year. Again, it's just a feeling that you can't take for granted, but our team last year was very connected and really close, and it was just a culmination of all of our hard work and effort and everything.
How do you kind of balance, obviously you have a major and a minor, you play a sport, student athlete, how do you kind of balance everything?
I'm a really big planner, so they actually offer planners down in Study Hall in Bellarmine, and I take one every single year and I write down every single game that we have, all of our practice schedules, our lift schedule, and then I fill in my classes in between there, and I really like checking things off. So
yes, I'm the same
really
way. So now we're kind of gonna jump into some more fun questions. So what would you say your favorite snack is to take on the road?
Me and my roommates are really into these, I think they're like Nature's Harvest fig bars.
Ooh.
But they have really good flavors. They have strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, and we just stock up on it.
Wait, that sounds so good. What would you say is a skill that you want to learn?
My friends always like to play spike ball, and I'm really not.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good coordination girl.
Yeah.
So just picking up spike ball and not ruining the vibe.
Yeah.
Play.
It's like, oh, I'm on your team. Great.
Oh.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people in the world, who would you, dead or alive, anyone, who would you choose and why?
Tom Brady, just because he was another one of my like sports idols growing up. Emma Stone.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like she'd be funny. George Washington.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
So many
that is
stories
such an interesting group of people. So now with these 3 people, what do you think you would talk about? Because
Probably,
it's like 2 relevant people like now, and then George Washington.
I would say I feel like we would stick to a topic of like sports.
Yeah.
I feel like Tom Brady and George Washington might
lead
that, and then me and Emma Stone could, I don't know.
I was going to say, they have a lot to talk. I feel like they have a lot to catch up on. Thank you to Caroline, and thank you so much for joining us on our first ever edition of Bleacher Bios. My name is Annie Potter. Be sure to follow the field hockey team in all of their endeavors for the rest of the season at SJUHawks_FH. Be sure to also follow SJU Athletics on all of our social media accounts as well. If you have any questions that you want to know for future athletes, feel free to comment or send us a DM, and we will see you next time.